Alright, hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Fully Loaded Fridays podcast. I am your host, Rainy Kingpin, Rainmaker, Papa Raintism, Rain Drizzle, the Drizzle from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm also here with my co-host today.
Defos and G Meister, G Man, Sexual Chocolate Junior. You know how it goes out here.
Sorry for all you Dodgers today. You Dodgenites today, because Dodge died again this week, so we're gonna have to fill in for him today. But
yeah, don't worry, he'll be resurrected next week.
Fro, this is your pick this week. What fucking match are we gonna talk about today?
We're gonna talk about the motherfucking match, Wrestlemania 21. The Money in the Bank ladder match is very great.
This is the first one, right?
Yes, I believe so.
April 3rd, 2005, from Los Angeles, California, at the Staples Center. The very first Money in the Bank ladder match, consisting of Edge, Kane, Christian, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Jericho, and a fucking CAW.
CAW, yeah.
This has an 8.98 out of 10 on Cage Match. I'll give the Meltzer ratings after we discover it. Do you want to know what the latest video games are around this time?
I would love to know.
This is a fucking huge month for gaming. You ready? God of War on the PS2.
Fire.
MX vs. ATV Unleashed, Xbox and PS2. I grew up playing that game.
Fire.
We got Midnight Club 3, PS2, PSP, and Xbox.
Don't think I ever played it.
Doom 3 for the Xbox.
Let's go.
WWE WrestleMania 21 for the Xbox. I think it came out around this fucking pay-per-view. And, dude, probably the biggest game of them all, the very first Lego Star Wars for PS2, Xbox, GameCube, and Game Boy Advance.
Lego Star Wars was every child. I think almost every single child had played at least the first Lego Star Wars.
Dude,
they gave that game for free on Xbox 360. I remember that. They gave like the whole set collection.
Yeah, they did. I remember that.
Yep. I played that so fucking much, bro.
Dude, that game it's so amazing. It's so amazing.
It really is. It really is.
The latest Family Guy episode during this time. So this was right when they just came back from their first time they got canceled, or and so this is season 4, episode 1, North by North Quahog. Peter and Lois try a second honeymoon, but things go awry when he poses as Mel Gibson. You remember that one?
I do not.
It was.
I'm trying to think of it now.
Peter pretends to be Mel Gibson to get their honeymoon suite at the hotel, and in doing so, he steals Passion of the Christ 2.
Oh yes, I think I kind of remember that now. Yeah. That's such an old episode though. I haven't watched that in so long.
It's a classic. It's a fucking all timer, to be honest. There's a lot of good jokes in that one. I remember the very first couple of lines of this episode explain why they got canceled, and I have the quote right here. You know, well, unfortunately, Lois, there's just no room on the schedule. We just have to accept the fact that Fox has to make room for terrific shows like Dark Angel,
oh
Titus,
my god, I remember this.
Undeclared, Action, The 80s Show, Wonderfalls, Fastlane, Andy Richter Controls the Universe, Skin, Girls Club, Cracking Up, The Pits, Firefly, Get Real, Freaky Links, Wanda at Large, Costello, The Lone Gunman, A Minute with Stan Hooper, Normal Ohio, Pasadena, Harsh Realm, Keen Eddie, The Street, American Embassy, Cedric the Entertainer, The Tick, Louie, and Greg the Money. And then Lois goes, well, is there any hope for us? And Peter goes, well, I suppose if all those shows go down the tube, we might have a chance.
That's funny.
This is a weird time for Fox.
It was. I don't know. I don't think I know any of those shows.
I know.
But you know what I do know?
Yeah?
Good wrestling.
I do know some good wrestling. Before we get into this match, I just want to say, I don't know if you caught a couple of seconds right before the match starts, but Adam Sandler's in the crowd.
Yep. Yes.
I put in parentheses, he's waiting for them to play Gangnam Style. Right off the bat, dude, 6 all-timer theme songs in this match. Yep. We got Break the Walls Down. We got Metalingus, You Think You Know Me. Shelton Benjamin theme during this time kind of slaps.
Yep.
We got Just Close Your Eyes by Christian. Uh, we got Kane's Slow Chemical theme, probably his best theme. And
Yep.
we got Our Lady of Peace with whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was God. In all honesty, like those theme songs are so. Those theme songs were like
I was going to ask Dodge
such a
this,
good time.
but he's not here. How do you want
Yep.
to tackle the elephant in the room or in this match?
We can just say the CAW if you want to replace his name with CAW.
Okay.
You know,
I-
just say the call.
There's just
The
a call.
squall.
The call.
The squall. The
So
call.
I do like how this match. Kane comes out and the fucking ladders are on fire.
Yep.
That's always. That's probably one of my favorite like Kane entrances like ever.
Yep. And I love how everyone right after started whooping his ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say it just immediately turns into a 1v5. Like everyone goes
Yeah.
after the biggest like guy in the match, which is
fair.
realistic, honestly.
Yeah.
You know.
I whoop his ass too if he was trying to come down that way, big ass.
And right at the start, Shelton and the car suplex Kane right on the floor and shit. And the bell officially like rings right when Christian pulls in a ladder, but Jericho like slingshots it right into his face.
Yep.
And it's just like full gear from there. So Jericho takes control. He hits a triangle dropkick on. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking say his name because I'm gonna end up slipping at some point. So he drop kicks. What's up?
You wouldn't just say Chris then?
Chris and Chris.
Wait.
There's like 3 Chris's in this match.
We say Christian and Chris Jericho. You're most likely going to say like the full name. You're going to call Jericho, right?
Yeah.
You don't how often, and you're going to say Christian. You can just say Chris if you just want to just do that. Unless you just want to say his name, say fuck it. It's fine.
Okay, I'm not like praising him. You know, I'm not praising him as a
fuck
human.
that guy.
I was gonna wait until Dodge gets here, but it's like I'm not praising him as a human being, as an employee who did a good job at his work. That's all I'm saying.
As an employee,
as an
employee
yes.
employee back in the day of WWE. Yes.
Yeah, but it's like there's a difference between like, you know, saying an employee was good at their job and then praising them for being a good person. I am not doing the latter of that.
I was say, okay.
Yeah.
All right, just to make it clear for everyone listening right now. Okay, go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So he triangle drop kicks Edge and Benoit, and then and then Jericho immediately goes for the SmackDown 2 dive on Edge. Christian hits a diving splash onto the 3 of them, and then dude Shelton gets some ups. Dude, he gets a tope on everyone on the outside. Shelton's the man in this match, dude.
I'm about to say, bro,
MVP.
this is where I would say this is kind of the time where they wasn't using Shelton as a fucking jobber with the whole like mama skit that he had. I fucking hated that.
I think that came later in the year, though. That's the thing.
It did.
Yeah,
it did. But so I don't understand why they would do this. Because Shelton Benjamin is such an athletic man. Golly, he's athletic.
Dude, Shelton in this match kind of reminds me of like Montez Ford now.
Yep.
Because I could see Montez doing all this shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, what's it called? Luckily, I think they're using him much better these days. You know what I mean?
I miss this Shelton. I'm going to be real with you. I miss this Shelton.
That's fair. That's fair.
So Shelton hits a tope on everyone. Then Kane hits the flying clothesline on everyone. Kane, I think he's the first one to bring in a ladder, like, in the match. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Kane brings in the ladder and tries to set it up.
Yeah, and then he hits Edge and Christian with it. Jericho drop kicks the ladder into Kane's face. Jericho starts hitting everyone with the ladder now. And then, dude, this is a crazy spot. Benoit German suplexes Jericho and sends he throws the fucking ladder. Someone could have died, bro. Someone could have fucking died. That's insane. Benoit tries to climb up there, but Kane googles him for the choke slam, but Benoit counters it into the crossface. Then Edge tries to break it up. Then Benoit puts him in the crossface, and then
bam,
Kane hits Benoit in the face with a ladder, and immediately he starts the CTE process right here.
I'm about to say he tried to break Benoit's fucking what was his arm, right?
His crossface arm.
Yeah, he was trying to break his fucking arm in the ladder, bro. I was thinking like, damn, we gonna see a bone.
I
Gonna go
think,
crazy.
dude, this is something I really miss in like multi-man ladder matches is like the small
Yep.
intertwined stories in between because like what is it? It's
Hmm.
just now it's just like who can do the biggest spot in the match, you know?
Oh yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of like multi-man things these days, though. With like, not even just WWE. I think that's just with wrestling now. It's a lot of spot fest, right?
Yeah,
When it's like multi-men doing anything involving ladders or a cage or anything, it's like who does biggest spot and gets bigger pop.
exactly.
You know?
But in this one, I fucking love like
Hmm.
the selling that Benoit does in here because it carries like throughout the match. Like it starts here with Kane and then plays into the finish, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Edge hits a spear on Kane, and then Edge and Christian team up briefly to take on Kane. Then Shelton hits a
Hmm.
flying jump like a springboard clothesline on the Edge and Christian. I'm
Hmm.
going pretty fast here because it's just spots at this point.
Exactly.
Shelton just goes crazy, dude. He hits a spinning kick
Oh
on
yeah.
Christian with a
Hmm.
ladder. Go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah, Shelton was absolutely going crazy doing this. Like like you said before earlier, he was just like the main man. They was really just showing all Shelton's like athletic abilities, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I miss it when he was in these fucking ladder matches and stuff because everyone's just like, oh shit, what crazy shit's he gonna do? Um,
Hmm.
So everyone sets up a ladder at this point. They're all punching each other and stuff.
On top of the ladder, yeah.
Christian hits a divorce cord on Benoit off the ladder, further injuring his arm and stuff.
Yeah.
Shelton shoves Jericho on his ass off the ladder. Then Shelton hits Edge with the T-bone suplex off the ladder, dude.
Hmm.
And that was like back out. Then Jericho
My God.
oh, I don't know if you caught this too, but this was fucked up. So Shelton hits Edge with the T-bone off the ladder, right?
Yep.
Jericho's getting up and he pushes the ladder over on top of Shelton and Edge.
Yep.
Just like such a dick move, and I love that. Um, so Jericho climbs up the ladder, and Christian comes along. And he's gonna beat up Jericho with this ladder, but Jericho
Yep.
like boots Christian in the face with this ladder, and he leans it up against the ladder Jericho's climbing. So it's how do I explain this in the visual? So one ladder set up, and it's how it is in the video games. Like this spot that happens, they put it in the video games for a reason. So Shelton runs up the ladder that's leaning and fucking clotheslines Jericho off the
Jericho
ladder.
off the top of Martha
This
off the
is
top. Yeah.
I don't care how many ladders they break in current day Money in the
Hmm.
Bank matches. I don't care. This to me is probably the definitive Money in the Bank spot of all time.
Yes. Peak money in a big spot right there, and of course it happens in the first one.
I think they peaked with the first one. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, they really did. What's it called? This whole first one was just so good, honestly speaking.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about it being like the fifth big pay per view now. Do you prefer it as like its own pay per view, or do you miss it when it was a WrestleMania tradition?
What's it called? I don't mind it being its own pay per view. I feel like in general, there's a lot of pay per views. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of pay per views that doesn't really need to be pay per view
Yeah,
because I don't see I was talking with a friend about this earlier. I don't understand why TLC and Hell in a Cell have to be two separate things. You know what I
I
mean?
think they cut that out because of Triple H.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's good then. But what's it called? But just in general, as long as I don't mind there being a lot of like separate pay per views because a lot of them has a lot of their own gimmicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And things like that. As long as it has a specific gimmick, I feel like it's good. You know what I mean? As long as it's not like very samey. I don't mind Money in the Bank being its own thing, right?
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. So Christian grabs the leaned ladder and he hits Benjamin in the tummy with it. But
Owie.
yeah, he hits him in the stomach. What is this here? So Kane, he Googles Sheldon, and he tries to go for a choke slam, but Shelton's foot gets caught in the ropes.
Yes,
What were they
but
going for?
I don't know.
Was
I
he?
like the what's it called? I was maybe. Hmm. I was sitting here thinking that too. I didn't understand what he really was. I didn't understand what was really
Was
happening
gonna
there.
choke slam him on
Personally,
the apron or the floor or some shit?
most likely try to break his back or something, but his
Jesus
foot gets caught, and then what's it called? Who came out and I'm trying to remember the name. Who came out and deck Kane right after that to like
Tyson
punch Kane?
Tomko. He was came out with
Tyson.
like he was Christian's like muscle during this time.
Okay, I what's it called? Not gonna lie, I didn't know. I didn't know. I was wondering who the hell Tyson Tomko was. Bro.
It's
I just
he
see
was just
someone just come out and deck the fuck out of Kane.
yeah he was just kind of just like Christian's muscle during this time because he was like
Hmm.
a jobber in hindsight, but like he looked fucking
Yeah,
crazy during this time. That's the
I'm
thing,
about to say he looked big. He looked.
dude. He had like the
Yeah,
cool tattoos. He had the fucking like new metal
good build.
goatee during that time. He was bald. He was
Yeah,
big, you know. And then he went to
big
TNA.
bald. Yeah, never heard from again.
So Kane boots Tomko out of the ring, and then
Yeah,
during this time, Christian's climbing the ladder, and then Kane tips over the ladder, and Christian just lands right on Tomko on the floor.
yeah,
That was insane. Jericho climbs up the
yeah. It
ladder.
was.
Then this spot too was a bit wonky, but I kind of like it, and I'll explain why. So Jericho climbs up the
Why?
ladder. Kane and Jericho are on the ladder, but the ladder tips over, but like no one pushes them over. They just kind of fell over on their own.
Yeah.
I is this a botch or is this purpose on purpose?
What's it called? It was the part. Let me see my notes. It was Jacob goes over to top of the floor. I can't get stuck. No. That's Kane climbs
It's
to the top. We'll
when
just put the pulls Kane's off. Oh yeah, I wasn't what's it called? Wasn't it Jericho trying to pull him or something off the ladder, right? And then it started tipping.
like they both fall over
Yes.
like on its own. I'm
I think maybe that was on purpose. Then I think it's like Jericho's trying to pull him over, but Kane's too big, so the ladder falls and they both fall over.
I kind of like
You know?
it how the ladder just
Yeah,
falls over on its own because
yeah.
like if you really think about it, you know, it's a fucking
Hmm.
ladder in a wobbly ass ring. You know,
I'm about to say
you're
so.
gonna need like
Yeah.
super balance to like go and grab the briefcase. You know, so it's like it's not guaranteed for it
Hmm.
to like stay perfectly still
Just
for
stay
you
there.
all the time. You know, it's like how many
Yeah.
times have you like seen like fail compilations where people are trying to paint their house and the ladder just falls underneath them and they break their shit?
Yes. And they're like, oh well. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Exactly. So
So
it's
I
like,
think that's a very good touch. Yeah.
yeah, people are gonna say it's a botch, but it's like, bro, it's a ladder. It's like this shit just happens by default sometimes, you know?
Exactly. Do you know how much the fucking ring shakes when people just jump on that shit, bro?
Exactly. Oh my god. Okay, did I ever tell you this? So
Hmm.
I, you
Let me
you
hear
know
it.
when you and your friend, I don't know if you ever had like wrestled with your boys on a trampoline before, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Me and my buddy, when we were younger, we did a ladder match on the trampoline.
But you had an actual, just like, what was it, like one of those like smaller ladders or like an actual the full
Like a
blown
like a like a like
ladder?
a like a 7, 6, 8 foot one
Oh my god.
on the trampoline, and I'm trying to
Hmm.
climb up it because he's on the he's on the outside selling, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in the ring trying to grab the fucking belt we put up, and we had like
Yeah.
one of like those netted trampolines where it's like the netted cage, you know?
Yeah. Hmm.
And fucking the ladder weeble wobbles on its own, and I fall over, and you know how like those trampoline nets like have like the posts on the sides?
Yep.
My fucking cheekbone hits the top of it, and
Oh no.
and
Oh.
my feet go out from underneath me, so the front of my face, my cheekbone hits the top of the pole, and I fall back
Yep.
and I smack my head on the back of the fucking ladder, falling over.
Oh god.
That's probably one of the worst bumps I ever took in my life, dude. It felt like I almost broke a cheekbone on that shit, dude.
But hey, you survived. You survived.
And
You
it's one of those things where
what's
it's
it
like,
called? It was for the company.
yeah, Kenji agrees, and it's like one of those things where JR's
Yeah.
like, how do you fall off a 8 foot ladder? It's like, how do you learn to fall from? So we're near the end here. Benoit, this is probably the second biggest spot of the match. Benoit,
Yep.
he sets up a ladder with one arm because his arm's fucked at this point, you know. So
Yep.
he sets up this ladder, he climbs it, and he does a flying headbutt off the ladder, and he splits himself open again, and he has a seizure in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
Dude, Jesus Christ, that did not help his brain.
It did not.
Yeah.
But that fucking spot, bro, that headbutt, bro, was absolutely fucking. What's it called? What's it called? He did the fucking he did the throat slash headbutt shit.
Yeah, he did the
That
cutthroat.
shit.
He flew.
The cut.
And he split his
Yep.
shit. And so Benoit's
And
climbing.
then,
Benoit's climbing the
yep.
ladder now. Kane sits back up. Kane goozles Benoit, but Benoit. Jesus Christ.
You hear that, chat? You hear that?
Yeah, I hear
that's
that.
that's what that's the inside of Benoit's brain.
Yeah,
Have to be
exactly.
busted the fuck open.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So Benoit so Kane goozles Benoit, but Benoit
Yep.
headbutts Kane off the ladder. Edge comes out of nowhere and he smacks Benoit on the injured arm. Benoit's on the floor screaming right now. Edge with the ultimate opportunist. I think that's where the ultimate opportunist shit starts.
I was about to say, if I was in that, if I was like watching that on TV, I was in that fucking crowd, I would have been like, "Oh my fucking god, Ed stole this shit." And where the fuck did he come from with a chair? I've been sick,
Yeah.
upset. This is an upset of the century.
And so Edge comes in. I think this is how like Edge is like made like a star at this point and stuff. So Edge wins the match, and I think that, and this is like the first Money in the Bank winner. And then like what was it, like a year
Yep.
later he cashes it on Cena at New Year's Revolution after the Chamber match, and
Yeah.
the rest is there. The rest is history. This is like one of the few times
This
where
was
it's
a-
like you make a star out of the Money in the Bank thing, you know? The only other time I can really think of them doing that was Seth Rollins at where he cashed in
Yeah.
at the Mania main event, you know?
Yeah, which I think was a popular joke. A lot of times now, Money in Bank holders just forget they have the fucking Money in Bank, or they hold it all the way to WrestleMania. Like a fucking nut job.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't know which Money in the Bank thing you could say is a better cash in, either Edge's or Rollins. I think I'm gonna be a little biased and say Rollins because I was actually there for it. But
I would say I might be a little biased too because I watch
Yeah.
Seth Rollins matches just in general. I enjoy how he was,
yeah,
you know.
but that is
What do you look? Yeah,
That is-
I was going to ask though.
what's up.
How do you personally feel how they use the Money in Bank these days with all the with them either not like waiting too long and it expires, or they wait till WrestleMania to cash in it instead of just trying to. In my opinion, I really feel like they should just cash in earlier the better, you know, so no one just so people don't forget how big the fucking win is, you know.
I'm not too. I like the longer waits, to be honest. I like the longer waits. You know what? What I think they should do, honestly.
What should they do?
New Japan does this, and I really love it because you know the G1 Climax, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you know how the winner wins the briefcase that guarantees them the Wrestle Kingdom main event title shot?
Yeah.
But in between the months before Wrestle Kingdom, they have to defend the briefcase.
Oh, yeah. I can see
So
that.
it's like the longer you hold on to it, you have to kind of defend it as well too. But like
Yeah.
as well too, maybe they should like do more teases and shit because half the fucking meme was like for this year for Damian Priest when he was holding on to it. It's like big moments were happening, champions were down and stuff and injured and shit, and yet he's in the back with a thumb up his ass and you don't hear like a peep from him, you know? So at least
Yep.
like if I were to book it nowadays, yeah, I would book it to them hold on to it longer, but at least have a little bit more teases. He doesn't have to come out and, you know, have his music playing and shit and like, I'm gonna cash in. Actually, nah, I think I'm good, you know? You could just have like, say, champion, he's getting beaten down by the challenger and stuff like that, like the go home show before like a pay per view or something like that, you know. And then like maybe up on the rampway, you just have the guy holding the briefcase, like just sitting down, and it's like, oh, it's like, don't worry about him. You're also good. You two gotta worry about me too, you know, right?
Yeah. Bro, that would be so fucking cool. Like every other like go home show or like everything, he just pulls out a chair, sits there, and just
Yeah,
stands. You know what I mean?
just teases it. You know, he doesn't have to like, hey, just
Yeah,
like just so you know, you guys gotta worry about me too. You know, and
yeah.
it's like
Because it could happen
and
at
not
any
only they
moment.
are the champion and challenger pissed at each other, but they're also getting
Yep.
like paranoid about, oh shit, you know, we might not keep the
Oh
belt. You
shit.
know, so it keeps them
Yeah.
alert, but also too like to make them like a dominant like Money in the Bank holder, they kind of have to like defend it too. You know, at least like
Exactly.
maybe the new stipulation could be they have to have one defense a month. You know,
Hmm.
and it could be on like either like Raw, SmackDown, or pay per view. It just has to be one defense a month. You know.
You know, honestly, I think that's absolutely epic. Look at.
Yeah, so it saves it from being like a super fucking whatever like lunchbox bullshit, you know? But it's like you want to like book it like cuz it's the whole point of it is it's for like heels for them to like be smart, you know? So why not book a smart heel with it instead of just like someone who's lazy?
Exactly. Someone and people just start forgetting about. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I remember now. He does have the Money in the Bank too. I get it.
Exactly. But match wise, where does it? Okay, the only other Money in the Bank match I think I might like better than this one, maybe on the same par as the 2021 men's Money in the Bank.
Was I? I don't think I.
That was like the
I might
one
have.
where they came back from COVID.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I'm sitting here thinking I might have not been. I think after COVID, what's it called? I think I wasn't that big into wrestling like that.
That's fair.
I think I took a break. I think that's why I took my break from wrestling for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair, honestly. By the way, chat. By the way, gamers, sorry if you hear a bunch of shit going on in the background. This is a super unopportune time to record this, but you know what? We don't want to miss a week. We don't want to miss a week. But
Yeah, sorry, Chad. Edge is in the back waiting for his.
yeah,
That's the opportunity.
exactly. Yeah, Kenji's
He's
gonna
waiting for
cash
his
in.
opportunity.
Yeah,
He trying to cash in.
yeah. Fucking Dodge is out of here, so Kenji's trying to take Dodge's
Yeah.
plays.
Kenji's trying to cash in to become the third host of the podcast.
That's
right
dope as
now.
fuck. That's dope as fuck, dude.
Let's fucking go.
So
Kenji comes in with a knife in his mouth.
yeah. So with that out of the way, what star rating would you give this match?
I'll give it. In all honesty, I'll give it for it to be the first Money in the Bank and everything. In all honesty, I think that's a nice 4-star match.
Honestly, I think I might give it like 4.5. To be honest, like
Yeah.
Meltzer gave it a 4.5 too.
Yeah, I can. You know what? I can agree with that. 4.5 right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So with
In
that
all
out of
honesty,
the
that was a great match.
yeah, so with that out of the way, thank you all for watching. Tune in next week. I don't have a match picked up, but I know it's my pick next week, and it's gonna be a surprise.
Yep. It's gonna be the Fiend versus.
No, if we do that, I quit.
Oh no! You can't quit yet.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
just
retire
saying
again.
the Fiend
I'll retire
versus
again.
Gold, but it'd be very funny.
All right. So yeah, no. Thank you all for watching this week. Tune in next week.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. As your friend MF Doom says, MF Doom.